Hi everybody, happy Sunday. We have the winner of our giveaway and we've got another giveaway, so I'll let you guys start coming on. I hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. So today we're doing a little radio frequency demo. Hello, we're doing a radio frequency demo of the lower face and I'm gonna announce the winner of the MyoLift Mini. So I'll let you guys kind of come on a little bit here. For those of you who saw my live show yesterday, oh my gosh, I have all of these cords tangled. I wish I could like show you what's going on here. I'm going to show you what's going on here. It's a mess. It's a mess. For those of you who were on my live yesterday, hi. You know that there's been a tragic death in our family, and so if I'm a little bit low energy, that's why I'm going to see my cousin right after this who lost her son, who was 30, I want to say he was 38. So tragic. Hi, Dimple Queen. Hi. I was pulling for you to win, but I had no control over it. Okay, I'm trying to see, do I have a code for the Nira? Yes, I do. I have a code for the Nira. That's a great question. Hold on, because listen, if you guys were on the live yesterday, you know that I said verbally to DM me microcurrent if you want microcurrent devices. And I said DM me red light if you want my top picks on the red light. But a lot of you just read the caption and posted sales, and I'm not in the right mindset to do that. So if you guys can just DM me the modality of what you're interested in. Thank you, Alicia. Heavy. I'm heavy. So I don't know how else to explain that. I'm grieving and I'm heavy, and I can feel that physically in my body. So I am going to have in the next couple weeks, a grief counselor, somebody who deals with grief, especially during the holidays. I know that if my cousin's going through this and our family's going through this, that we are not alone. Love you, Sarah. And so, although I have a graduate degree in psychology, I'm not equipped to help anybody through grieving. That's not what I specialize in. And I could use some help. And if I could use some help, I know that there are a lot of people that can use some help. So I am going to have a specialist on before Christmas. So on next Saturday, I've got Rob Huffland on, and we're going to be talking about maintaining muscle mass. How many sets do you actually need to do? Somebody said, "What's wrong, dear?" My nephew passed away on Tuesday, and it's just been like very, very heavy. Just a very horrible Thanksgiving for us, and I'm grateful for many things, but gratitude and grief, that combination is it's very difficult at times. And so I'm going to have a specialist that comes on, and I think it's a topic that I haven't covered before. And so I think it's going to be a good topic, and I'm going to try to come up with the help of a specialist, some actionable steps that can help people cope with grief during the holidays. So back to the Nira. Okay, so the Nira code that I have, because I can save you guys a lot of money on the Nira. So the Pro Nira, so there's the Precision Nira that works around. Thank you so much for the condolences, you guys. Thank you so much, Body MFR. There's the Nira Precision Laser, which my husband is using around his eyes, but then there's the Nira Pro, which has a bit of a bigger head to it. Either way, if you use the code Live Young Life, it saves you $60. So it's substantial. It takes the Pro Laser from $641 down to $481. So just DM me Nira or DM me Laser. None of this is going to be automated because I could not get my shit together with everything that happened. But I do have a very long car ride back home to LA coming up. So I will be 3 hours in the car, and I'm just going to copy and paste and get you guys the codes that you want for all of the deals that are happening. So if you're looking for something that is a red light therapy, if you're looking for red light, just DM me red light and I will get you the sales of the devices that I use, that I have tried and trusted, and it's in the right therapeutic wavelength. Hi. So I will get you those codes, but instead of just putting sales and where I'm giving you everything, tell me what you're looking for. You looking for microcurrent? DM me the word microcurrent. I'll give you my top picks and the sales that are going on there. For the Nira laser, that code is Live Young Life. But if you just DM me, I'll just spend the 3 hours in the car just copying and pasting, make sure you guys are getting a good deal. Okay, that said, we do have a winner from last Sunday's giveaway, which was the MyoLift QT. And I did a demo on this as well, but the MyoLift QT winner is Linda Ann Lake. So congratulations, Linda Ann Lake. Everybody say congratulations to Linda Ann Lake, because we have so many giveaways. I have a giveaway every Saturday and Sunday from now through Christmas. Everybody has a chance to win, and all you have to do, I mean, I would love it if you guys invite people to this live, but all you have to do is once I post it on my main feed, you tag your 3 people. The more you comment on that post, the more chance you have of winning. Sarah asked, I've had the red light mask for years. Do you ever replace it? How long should it last? When it stops turning on, Sarah, that's when you need to get a new one. These devices, I'm not giving you guys suggestions of, $50 red light. If you're using a $50 red light mask, I assure you that mask is probably crap. And you'll have to just use it but that's okay. Don't throw it away. Use it for double the time that it says. And then when that quits, then you get something that's a better quality. So Sarah, these devices should last years. I've had this same one. You have to take care of them, right? So you just wipe it down with like a very, very almost dry / damp cloth. And you don't have to do that every time, because I use these on clean skin. So I have no makeup on right now, because I'm going to do some radio frequency. I have no makeup on right now, just a little mascara. But when I use these in the morning, I stick it straight on my skin, and then I don't have to wipe it down as much. It just has all of my skincare from that night, which has soaked into the skin as best as it can. So when I use these devices, I use it on clean skin, and that helps them last a lot longer, and the maintenance for them is not as much. So years and years and years. It's an investment. It's an investment. I'm not going to give you guys crap that's going to break down. If it does break down, call the manufacturer, because they shouldn't. Let's just get into a little bit of radio frequency. Let me see if I missed any questions. I forgot to put it on silent. So if we get a call in, Alicia, I still look amazing. I'm a little bit sick right now, and I know that that's from just the stress of you can hear my voice, right? I sound like a man. It's the stress of travel and the stress of grieving. So I do have a cough. So last night I had to take some cough medicine. I took some cough medicine just now, and I've got a cough drop here. I'm drinking my mushroom tea. But I'm not, you can tell I'm not myself. And there's a lot of things that happen in our body as we're going through the grieving process. And the fact that I'm upright right now is good, because I love him and I love my cousin. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of radio frequency. Now, this is what is, wait, did we just already announce this? No, this is what was up for grabs that I talked about yesterday, right? So the winner of the Magellan, thank you, Alicia. Yeah, it's going to take a little while, but thank you so much. The Magellan radio frequency device, I have postponed using this for a long time. It sat in my drawer for a long time, and I finally started using it. You guys all know that my favorite is the Lumo, right? This is my all-time favorite because I love the size of the head of the Lumo. But I'm telling you, there's something about the microcurrent in this radio frequency device that I really love. It feels a little, I don't know how to explain it. When you use this when I use this, and I use this on the EMS mode, which is electromuscle stimulation, it's like you get like this. But with this device, I can feel it in there kind of prickling away, right? And I've grown to really love this device, And Magellan has given this device away for free. So if you missed my live yesterday where I talked about all the sales that are going on, that's where you tag. So it was yesterday's post. That's where I want you to tag your 3 people, and you'll be in the drawing for this Magellan. And I'm going to do a little bit of radio frequency. I did bring 3 devices of radio frequency just because I knew I was going to talk about it. So I have the tripolar X. Where should you not use that device? When you're talking about, that's a great question. That's a great question, Sarah. Sorry, my throat. It's not about where, it's where and who. Where should you not use this device? Who should not use this device? Do not use radio frequency or microcurrent for that matter. Do not use microcurrent or radio frequency near your thyroid, okay? That's your master gland. You do not want to heat that up. This is off, that's what I'm doing. I'm showing you guys what not to do, okay? You don't want to put this right on your thyroid. It does travel through the epidermis, so it bypasses that top layer of the skin and it heats up the dermis. There is no world in which you want to heat up your thyroid, okay? You can screw up your whole system. So do not avoid, you can do it this way, right? So any microcurrent, any radio frequency device, you can do all along this jawline because your thyroid does not land here. But do not go this way. You want to avoid that area right there. And then let's talk about who should avoid radio frequency. If you suffer from melasma or hyperpigmentation, anytime you heat the skin up, you have a risk of increasing that hyperpigmentation and melasma. So melasma, although I did a whole live on melasma and hyperpigmentation, and although melasma, there is a genetic component and there's a hormonal component to it. That's why a lot of people who give birth or who are pregnant get like that pregnancy mask of melasma. You would not want to use radio frequency if you suffer from something like that. Something like a red light therapy that doesn't heat up the area, that is great for hyperpigmentation and melasma because this does not heat the skin. Anytime you're heating the skin, so a near laser could make melasma worse, radio frequency could make melasma worse because that is what the goal of those 2 devices are. Radio frequency it's designed to pass through the epidermis, which is the top layer of the skin, and heat the dermis, those lower layers of the skin where you have collagen production. It heats that up to a degree between 40 and 43 degrees Celsius. That is like the sweet spot of heating things up with radio frequency. That's also a spot when you could make your melasma worse. So anytime you work with any at-home device, I want to just give, I in my past, because I'm 55 and I've been doing this for a long time. In my past, did I heed this device? No. I'm telling you guys from experience, when you use any new device that your skin is not used to, I want you to do a patch test. And the patch test that I like to do is right in front of the ear here, right? Or right behind the ear here. So I would do any sort of microneedling, I would test here first or test here first. Any sort of radio frequency, if you do suffer from melasma, I would test that first, but that is the risk. So it's where you should not use it. Do not use it on your thyroid. Everywhere else, you wouldn't want to use it on your lymph nodes, nothing like that. But I do use radio frequency on the back of my arms. I use it on my abdomen to tighten up that post childbirth skin that gets worse because we stretch it out when we have kids, and then most of the time, not most of the time, but for some of the few lucky ones, it shrinks back to where it was before, right? And you're like, oh my God, I went through childbirth scot-free. My stomach and my skin looks great. Wait until you go through menopause, because when you go through menopause, that collagen dips even greater. And when it dips even greater, you'll then will see, oh, I did have 3 kids. I now have the evidence of it. And that gets worse, not worse, but it becomes more evident as your skin with age loses that collagen and that structure and that elasticity in it. So just know that radio frequency can be used on areas of like the abdomen or behind oh my God, on the triceps, behind the arms. I love it for that. I love it on the neck, but I want you to stay away from your thyroid. And I love it on the tops of the knees. But for that, in that case, like, you want to make sure that you have a device that has got a big surface area. Okay, I'm going to do a little bit of so this is what's up for grabs from yesterday's post, okay? So you would go to yesterday's post and tag 3 people, and that's how you can win this Magellan device. Let me tell you, oh my God, my voice is going. That's okay. I'm going to just go for it's going to be my sultry voice. Do a little bit of mushroom coffee right now. Look at how cute this is. I'm at my dad's house. So my dad and my stepmom. I have the best stepmom in the world. Yeah, in the world. Love her. Okay. So let me tell you what this goes for. This is the Magellan. Let me get over to my radio frequency page, you guys. Be a little patient with me today. I'm not feeling well, obviously, and I'm suffering from grief, and I think that those two are very, very closely tied. So I'm trying to just power through. Okay. The Magellan is... I don't even know if I have it on here. Where's my radio frequency devices? Microcurrent. Okay, red light, radio frequency. Okay, so with the even skin, I can save you $170. So if anybody was looking at this even skin, this is a radio frequency device, I can save you $170. Just DM me radio frequency and you're going to use the code Darnell170. That's $170 off of this, which brings that down to $479. For the, oh God, I did not have the Magellan on here. I don't know why. I don't have that on here. Interesting, I missed that. Okay, I believe it's the same. I think this is around $350 if I'm not mistaken. But that's what we're gonna do it. I'm gonna do a demo on it right now. So I'm literally gonna just, because I didn't bring a lot of my stuff, I'm gonna just squirt a little bit of hyaluronic acid right on the device. See that? And then I'm gonna turn this on to a radio frequency mode. Hold on. Okay. So you can see that it's on, you see the lights, and this is only radio frequency, so it's just gonna warm the skin. Now what radio frequency does is it heats the dermis, so it bypasses the epidermis, that's why there's no downtime. And it heats the dermis to between 40 and 43 degrees Celsius. And that's the area of collagen stimulation. So you want to keep the device moving. I oftentimes, and this is another, to answer Sarah's question earlier, she said, where do you not want to use this device? And I asked where you do not want to use this device. And I said the thyroid. You don't want to use it over the thyroid. But in addition, I am skincare girl. That's a great question with the skin tones. This is radio frequency. Anytime that you heat the skin, you have to be very careful that you're not causing hyperpigmentation. And hyperpigmentation is more susceptible when you've got darker skin tones. So radio frequency might not be for everybody. Somebody asked, how much time do you spend on radio frequency? I usually spend less than 25 minutes. Now, when I'm doing it here, I'm probably going to do, you'll see me a little bit more because I'll take this off my skin and we'll have a conversation. Blah, blah, blah. But Sarah, just getting back to Sarah's thing, you want to avoid the fat pads on the face, because as we age, we lose fat in our temples, we lose fat on our cheeks, we lose fat underneath the eye. So if I were to do radio frequency consistently on those areas where we lose fat, is there a possibility that I could damage the cellular membrane? There is. So I'm going to give this to you one more time. When we've got a cell, this is what let's just say this is a fat cell, right? Fat cells, believe it or not, are very fragile. It only takes, I'm just going to tell you, when you go in for like a cool sculpting, remember when that was the hottest trend, let's freeze the fat? And remember sculpture, when you went into like a med spa and you wanted to like burn the fat or heat the fat up, it's not as difficult as what you would think. And what happens is in the membrane of a fat cell. This is fat. I wonder if I could do this backwards. Look at that. I just wrote it backwards. Can't believe I did that. Okay, so this is the fat cell. When you heat something up, and when you heat up a fat cell, if it damages a small section of the membrane, that's all you need to do. You're not heating it to where it's boiling and it evaporates, but you damage a small section of the cellular membrane, and then the fat contents over the course of 3 to 6 weeks will empty and flatten that fat cell. It works the same with cool sculpting when you get this membrane too cold, and it works when you heat it up too much. Now, as we age, because we lose fat, I'm gonna do my little face thing. Let's just do some eyes here. Let's pretend that this is a face. Okay. When you're younger, your face is shaped more like, and not all, everybody, but the majority of people, like an upside down egg, right? We've got plenty of fat in our cheeks here. We're more top heavy in our face. And when we get older, we lose the fat at our temple here, where you see a little dip here on me. You lose the fat in your cheeks. And then you lose a little bit of fat under your eye, which will cause you to accentuate an eye bag. Okay? It will cause bags, but also the loss of fat here will accentuate an eye bag. So when you're using devices that heat the skin, whether it's in office or it's at home, I don't care how powerful that device says that it is, I avoid my fat pads because I don't want this to happen. I did in office treatment lose a bit of my fat pad on my right cheek because the device, this was old settings of, oh my gosh, I can't even think of the name of it. Ulthera. It was an old setting when they first came out with Ulthera, which is an in-office treatment that that heats up, and I believe that's ultrasound if I'm not mistaken, but it heats up the skin in a way to cause collagen production. So heat is good in terms of collagen production, but too much heat can be very detrimental to the anatomy of the face, in that when it damages that cellular membrane, you could lose fat at an accelerated rate. When we age, we normally lose fat at our temples, we normally lose fat at our cheeks, we normally lose fat at the bottom of our eye, so that our face becomes more like this when we get older. It's more bottom heavy. The last thing that you guys should do is to put filler in the bottom of your face. Don't do that. That's not where you lose fat. You lose fat on the top part of your face. This is going to make your face look really weird. And if we see a lot of celebrities that go and try to chase every freaking wrinkle on their face, they end up with this puffed out weird look. That's somebody putting filler in the wrong spot. But just like if we're going to chase the filler, and I don't have filler in my face, you guys, I know it seems weird, but I do have fat transfer. But when you're, oh my God, my voice is going. It's just going. I'm just going to keep talking. I'm just going to keep going. But when you're chasing every single wrinkle, and you're doing that with injectables, you're not looking at the best result in terms of aesthetically and anatomically how your face changes with age. So when I'm doing something like, I'm going to go back onto this. When I'm doing something like a radio frequency treatment that heats the dermis, yes, we need to be careful of the pigment, the color of your skin. You don't want to do this if you're prone to hyperpigmentation. You don't want to do this if you're like a level 4 or 5 without testing it first. Test it first. And I always suggest testing it here because you can have whenever you are, if you're putting your best skin forward, you got a little patch back here, that's nothing. You got a little patch back here, that's nothing. You don't want to test something on your face that have then caused you to have a hyperpigmentation where it's very visible. Does that make sense? So always, always, always test out devices. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys as I'm doing this, what's up for grabs this week. Because every Saturday and Sunday, I'm so glad you guys stayed on for this long. Every Saturday and Sunday, I'm giving away free stuff. Free stuff. So we have the winner, Linda and Lake, won the Mile Lift Mini. I still have a code for you for this, guys. So if you guys are looking for a microcurrent device, just DM me microcurrent and I'll give you the cheapest price that I have on this. But Linda Ann Lake won that. And then up for grabs for next week, for next Saturday, I will announce the winner of the Magellan radio frequency device. And now I'm going to tell you about what is up for grabs for today, okay? And I don't do this often because my schedule tends to book up. I have repeat customers or repeat clients that always kind of have my mornings, but I do have openings in the evening in terms of one-on-one clients. And so what I'm going to give, I want to show you guys what happens with a one-on-one client. So my one-on-one price is normally $289 an hour. But what happens is, and I'm giving that away for free. So when this posts, tag your 3 people. Tag your 3 people for yesterday's post to win this. Tag your 3 people for today's post to win a 1-hour Zoom, you and I, worth $289. But I want to show you what it is. It's not just me talking to you on the phone and saying, hey, let's do radio frequency together, or hey, let's microneedle together. If that's what you want, that's what you get. But let me show you what happens after I do a one-on-one with you. I spend a good hour, I crossed out the name, making a personal protocol for you. This particular person was into skincare devices. So we went through all of the skincare devices that they were using. They were using an old Rejuva pen. We talked about where they could still use this device on parts of their body and not throw that device away until it broke, okay? We don't want to fill up landfills, and also you don't want to waste your money. So I go through everything that you have in your cupboards. I go through the land of lost skincare, right? And we go through what needs to be thrown out and what is effective and what can then be transferred and say like, don't throw that out, but let's just start rubbing that all over your body, right? So we don't want to waste things. But this particular client was into skincare devices. So we went through the Dr. Pen M8. I gave her a link to that with the cartridges so that when our session finished in 48 hours, she had let's see how long this is. You're going to freak out. I mean, pages and pages. She wanted a Lumo demo because she has this device. She wanted a very in-depth demo. And she's not a part of the subscription club, the $4.99 club. So I gave her a code for her to look at that Lumo demo. We then went into microneedling sessions. So I gave her a link to a full tutorial on microneedling. We've also done that one-on-one. We've done 3 microneedling treatments one-on-one through our full hour of live. That's what we did. And I would go through the different needle links and we would look and see if she was getting a good treatment. We adjusted those needle links. I gave her a link to the Costa Baja, which I love as a conductive gel, but also as a microneedling tool. One of the tools for microneedling, because a hyaluronic acid it's the same thing that we find naturally in our skin. So to not have a reaction when you're causing an ablation of the skin, so you're damaging the epidermis of the skin, you want to use something that occurs naturally in your skin. So I gave her that. We talked about the Soma light therapy. I gave her the link to the red light therapy. We talked about her skincare. So she sent me a photo of all of her skincare from morning till night. I had her line it up, take a picture of me. This is outside the 1 hour. We then went through all of her skincare and I came up with a schedule for her. Number 1, wash. Number 2, vitamin C serum. Here's the cheapest. This is what I'm just going to read it to you because you'd be shocked at what I can get done in an hour. Vitamin C serum. So I layered the way that she would apply her skincare, because the way you apply your skincare should be like you're dressing for the snow. Okay? It doesn't make any sense for you to put on a parka and then try to put on your long underwear, right? Your parka is going to block the way that long underwear is going to keep you warm. The same thing is true for skincare. If you're putting on a skincare product that could be blocking the absorption of the product you're putting on top of it, you're wasting your time, you're wasting your money. Okay? So I helped her figure out how does she layer her skincare in such a way that when she's buying whatever she's buying, and we went through that too, I had her throw away a bunch of stuff. When she's buying what she's buying, it's effective. You're not just wasting your money, you're not blocking your money. So we went through how do you layer your skincare? What's your nighttime routine? I then gave her a video of what's the best way, my ultimate skincare routine in terms of layering stuff at night. We then talked about the ordinary peeling solution. She's going to add a peeling solution once a week. I gave her a link to that, when she should use that, and what she needs to use for her body, because our skin doesn't stop here. Our skin doesn't stop here. If you're using retinoids, which you should be, because it's the #1 type of active ingredient in all anti-aging skincare, and I hate that word, but that's what they're still calling it. In all skincare, I forgot to put on my notifications, but when you're using a retinoid, you need to be using it on your body as well. So we talked about crepey skin. When we get crepey skin on our arms and crepey skin on the back of our arms and on our tummies, and retinoids are the best product for that. So how do you use a retinoid and get it on your whole body in an effective way that's cost effective, and it's going to help treat that crepey skin? So I gave her a whole protocol on what she had in her cupboard and how could we utilize that so that her body was also having the same benefit of what she was putting on her face. This is still one session, you guys. I'm still on session 1. Anytime when I normally would do is you get this first big packet, and her name was right here, but you get this first big packet, and then any subsequent sessions get put in red. So she knows, okay, this part I've already solidified into my routine. And then the red part is the next session we've made little tweaks. What I'm giving away for free is a personal protocol for you to be able to go through all of your junk drawer of skincare, to go through all of your devices, to let you know what do you need, what do you don't need. Why do you have 2 microcurrent devices? What's up with that? Don't buy another one. You don't need that. You already have that modality. So what I'm giving you is a free, this is more than 1 hour of work. This is probably 2.5 hours of work. Tutorials and codes and things that I go back in. Collagen, what is right for you? What's right for your body? Different rollers for the skin, microneedling rollers for the skin. And then we talk about sleep. So this client was having issues sleeping. I give her a whole protocol on sleep. Not only like an eye mask that I use that doesn't squish your face and leaves a room it's made of silk and leaves room for your eyes still to blink. It's not pressing on your eyelids. Doesn't absorb your eye cream that you're putting on. She was having trouble staying asleep, so I gave her a link to like this product that I'm using with valerian root that helps with sleep. I also gave her a link to my magnesium that helps with sleep. So this is what a one-on-one session gives you, and I always make them to where they're printable. You can print these out. I talk about my supplements. So in the last session, because it's in red, you can see, the last thing that I had with this client was I talked about supplements, and that's because we were talking about her sleep. So I gave her my magnesium supplements. This is what's up for grabs this week. And if you guys think that you're learning something from these live shows, wait till I get you one-on-one, because that is a real game changer. And what I hope to even do with one session, I have people that come back every week. I have clients that are they're on a healthy aging journey where they want to change that trajectory of not only their lifespan, the number of years on the planet, but they want to extend that health span, the number of healthy years where you are free of disease and disability. You are active, you are moving, you are engaged in life right up until the end. That's healthy aging. And so when you've got a one-on-one session with me. Healthy aging also has to do with skin, because skin is our outward facing organ. And you guys have heard me preach about this a lot. You can tell a lot about somebody's health through the health of their skin. I'm 55 years old, and this is no makeup. I'm going to get right in there close. This is no makeup. I've tattooed eyeliner, but I have a little bit of mascara. When you look at the health of when you look at somebody's skin, you can tell a lot about the inside. So we do talk about diet. We do talk about movement. We do talk about sleep. We do talk about stress reduction. And we do talk about skin. Because just as you can trick your body from the inside out to behave like it does when it was younger, to function like it did when it was younger, you can trick your skin from the outside in to function like it was younger. And if you have my protocol, that weekly protocol, you'll see that the way I layer different treatments, not only the skincare is at, the topical stuff you put on in the morning and night, but it's also the devices that help trick your body and trick your skin into stimulating collagen in a wave, because it's different levels. Radio frequency is going deeper than a microneedling. Microneedling is surface. Microneedling is epidermis, right? It's the top layer of the skin. Radio frequency is the dermis, at the layer where you're stimulating collagen. So we layer our treatments in such a way that we have a wave of collagen, much like we did when our skin was still growing, right? When our body was producing collagen naturally because it needed to, because our skin had to grow. That's what we're trying to create with a consistent schedule. So if you don't have that skincare protocol, that monthly, that weekly protocol of how do I fit into all the modalities, radio frequency, red light therapy, microcurrent, dry brushing, freezing cold showers, movement, it's in this protocol. So just DM me protocol and I'll get you that for free. I give a lot of stuff away for free. The one thing I don't give away for free is my one-on-ones, because it's so much work to get into your cabinets, to get into your world and see what are you doing. There's so many people that think they're doing the thing that is healthy. And that is no fault of your own. That is marketing. We are bombarded with so much marketing when it comes to skincare. There's so much marketing when it comes to what does healthy eating really look like? There's so much marketing when it comes to anything, all of these gadgets, all of the topical skincare. It's marketing, marketing, marketing. And what I do in a one-on-one session is I cut through all of the bullshit, all of it. I don't care if you guys order this from me and use my code. I want you to have the cheapest version of that. I don't care. This is a great device. There's multiple great radio frequency devices. You don't have to pick the one that I can get you a discount code on. If you find something cheaper, all three of these are great. All three of these are great, to be honest with you. This is the Tripolar X. This is the Magellan. This is the Lumo. I love all of these devices. I have them all. I use them all. If I didn't use them all, I wouldn't tell you these are the best ones on the market. To me, these are the best ones on the market. Okay, but I don't care if you buy this from me. It's about what are you doing for the health of your skin? You really want it? I know. Okay, so for those of you who really want this giveaway, the Magellan, I'm just going to keep going here. Let's see how. Wow, I can't believe I spoke for 40 minutes with my voice like this. Woo! I'm going to do now a little bit of the mic. I'm going to do a little bit of the one thing I don't like about this device, and it's multiple devices like this. So I'm hoping manufacturers get their crap together and start making this a little bit easier. A 20-year-old is not going to necessarily use this, right? It's in this age group of 30 plus where our eyes already start going. Make the devices to where they're more readable, right? We don't want to have to put on our granny glasses to be able to figure out where is this, right? I think manufacturers need to change the way your target, where your target audience is. Start looking at what is the function of the target audience's eyes, right? Okay, I had something long come in, so I'm gonna look at this. Somebody said, especially now, I appreciate aging so much, knowing not, sorry, it keeps going up, so I have to keep scrolling down to read this paragraph. So just bear with me a little bit. Oh, this is Sarah. Especially now, I appreciate aging so much, knowing not everyone makes it to my age. No, not everybody makes it to your age. I might not want to look old, but man, we are so lucky for each year that we age. Yeah, thank you for that, Sarah. We are. And at 55, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful. But when somebody passes away way too early, you know, it's different if somebody was 100 and you're like, oh, they had such a nice, that's a nice long life. That's a nice long life, you know, enough to get to do, hopefully, what you wanted to do. But you have somebody that dies in their 30s and you're just like, what the fuck? And a mom that loses a baby, it's like it's unimaginable. I think there was a period, sorry, Sarah, you made me like kind of going on a tangent. There was a period right after Thanksgiving was done, the last meal, because I had a Thanksgiving lunch and then we traveled to San Francisco and we had a Thanksgiving dinner. And it was after that last meal, I like lost it because I just lost it. You have to like keep going forward because you've got people to feed and things to do, but I can't, it's unimaginable losing a child. I hope I never have to feel that. What my cousin is going through is, I just want to wrap her up and carry her somewhere, I don't even know where, out of what she's going through. Okay, so, sorry. Okay, so back to this. I'm going to do a little bit of a microcurrent here. And for those of you who are feeling like I'm feeling right now, I know it's so sad. For those of you who are feeling like I'm feeling right now, I am going to have a grief counselor. Come on. I reached out to a couple different people through social media, who this is what they do. This is their specialty. This is what they do. And so I'm trying to solidify that date. But I will, it's unimaginable. I mean, I let myself go there for 1 second after Thanksgiving was done. Just like, God, that's like me losing, and I can't even say my oldest child's name because it just makes it too real. But that's like me losing and never being able to speak with that person again, and never being able to hug my child again. I can't, unimaginable. Okay, back to this. I'm going to do a little bit, let's see if this, okay, I'm going to do a little bit of radio frequency. Oh, here I am again with these freaking things. I'm going to get down to that, and then I'm going to go up. Jeez. On, and then we're going to go down, and then I'm going to go up. Oh, yeah, okay, so this has, Debbie lost both her parents. Last year, 7 months apart at 61. Debbie, I would imagine you would feel like an orphan. I would imagine. I'm so lucky I still have both my parents, all four of my parents. I've got 2 amazing step parents, and all 4 of them are still alive. But I can't imagine at 61, that's so young. That's ridiculous. That's tragic. That's a tragedy. That's tragedy. I don't think all death is a tragedy. I don't. I hope that when I get to my deathbed, it's going to be like, whew, I did it. I did everything I wanted to do. But there are a lot of deaths that are tragic, and that's tragic to lose both your parents 7 months apart. Debbie, just make sure that you, and gosh, if Jonathan, can you hear me? My husband talking about, can you scroll back and see Debbie's handle and write that down for me? Yeah. Okay, we'll look, and I'm going to find you, Debbie. I'm going to make sure that when I have that grief counselor on, that I reach out to you directly so that you've got that resource. And I'm not the person to do that. I can talk about a lot of stuff with my education, because I do have graduate degrees in both psychology and gerontology, which is literally the study of aging. I am a 500-hour yoga instructor. I am certified as a holistic nutrition and health coach. There's a lot of stuff that I can talk about, and I can't talk about grief. So I'm gonna call somebody on to help us with actionable. I always like, yeah. So it's Debbie Speak Style. I'm gonna write that down. Thanks, Debbie, for giving. Debbie Speak Style. Okay, Debbie, I'm gonna make sure that I reach out to you. Lost both parents. Oh, I can't even imagine what the holidays feel like for you. But we're gonna try to get some help for you and many more like you that are out there. Okay, right now I'm doing this radio frequency, and I've switched it to a radio frequency and a microcurrent. So look, you can kind of see. Well, maybe you can't. Maybe I have to turn it up. Let's see if I can get that up a little higher. Yeah. See, the one thing I like about this Magellan is that it's not the, you don't feel the major stuff, but you feel like this kind of granule microcurrent in there. And if you guys saw the live yesterday, microcurrent stimulates ATP production, right? They've yet to determine that microcurrent stimulates collagen. And I mean, it stands to reason that microcurrent stimulates collagen production in elastin because it increases the energy of the cell. So it stands to reason, but they don't have like the physical, they don't have like the control group, they don't have like the scientific studies on that yet. But logically, that's what it's doing. We know that it's causing muscle contraction. So you don't want to use the mode on a radio frequency device. And all three of these devices have electric muscle stimulation. They might call it different modes. It might be EMS mode here. It might be something else here. It might be called, I think on this one is DD or DA on this one. Whatever it's called, if it's stimulating muscle contraction, it's microcurrent. And so when you do something like this, again, you want to avoid the thyroid, but you also want to avoid areas where you have Botox. So although I could do radio frequency very briefly on my whole face, avoiding my fat pads, when you're doing microcurrent, which I now have it on, I don't want to do that on areas where I have Botox. So for me, that's the crow's feet. That's my 11s, which even when my Botox runs out, I don't have those because I've been doing Botox since I was 35. So for 20 years, I'm 55. For 20 years, I've been doing preventative Botox. And where I've been doing that is my crow's feet, my 11s, and a little bit up here. So when my Botox goes completely blank, like if I didn't do Botox for 6 months, I still don't have the etching. Now, if I didn't do Botox for a year, I would start getting the etching of the permanent etching. But because I've been doing preventative Botox for 20 plus years, when my Botox runs out, I don't have the permanent etching. It doesn't mean that I don't go in and get it. I still go get it, but I get it like every 4 months. And I just have more movement. I can feel more movement in my face when I need it. But those permanent etchings aren't there. And that's just consistency with that particular treatment. And I mostly get that on the upper part of my face and in the bands of my neck. So our neck skin tends to thin as we get older. So radio frequency would be great for that. Remember, stay away from your thyroid, but that will help. And also, microneedling, which creates trauma in the epidermis, so the outer layer of the skin. When that trauma is created, it stimulates collagen production because it acts like a little micro injury. So it stimulates collagen production and it thickens that skin. So that's, one of the treatments. I just went off on a tangent. But one of the treatments that I love for the neck is not only like the red light therapy, kind of neck and décolletage attachment. I love that. But microneedling the neck and doing Botox in the bands. So you're thickening up the skin through microneedling. I should do a whole live on neck treatments. I did a long time ago, but I think it was a year ago when I did that live on neck treatments. But when you're dealing with thin skin like this, you want to thicken up the skin. And so that is microneedling. Red light therapy will also help. And doing a little bit of microcurrent and a little bit of radio frequency also helps. But you want to make sure that you're staying away from this. Okay, so as long as everybody knows what is up for grabs, I'm really loving. I have to say, I love the way that this Magellan feels. I do. It feels very different. Its electric muscle stimulation feels different than some of the other ones that I've been using. It's hard for me to see the thing, but besides that, it's fantastic. This is what's up for grabs. And I'm going to do that. And then yes. Okay. I got it now. I just got the right light angle so I can see what I'm doing. Oh yeah. Okay. So this is like I have it on the highest setting of microcurrent. It's still doing radio frequency. And so I will kind of chisel out that cheekbone, right? So this kind of, you're doing that in your head, you're doing this back towards those drainage channels. You're also doing a little bit of lymphatic drainage in that, right? So I'm chiseling out, I'm staying away from my cheekbones. That's me personally. All the companies say it does not melt fat. I also did an in-office treatment that did not melt fat, and it melted fat. So when we're doing, the neck is as important as the face. That's right, Alice_Wonderland 777. I love that. So when I'm doing this, I tend to like go right up, right where that cheekbone is and up, right? And I will glide over the eyes, but I won't spend a lot of time there. I'm spending time down here where it's helping with that jowl. So in terms of the modalities that I use, you guys, if you don't have that protocol that tells you about the different modalities, just DM me protocol. And that will get automatically sent to you, but you got to check your spam right away. Okay. It goes to your spam. So if you say, I didn't get it, I'm telling you, you did. It's in your spam. You got to check it right away. But that protocol kind of shows you how I fit everything in without exhausting the skin. Because what you shouldn't do is get a bunch of these different things. I had a client that had this device and had another radio frequency device and was using them together. Just like, oh, well, this one says it tightens skin and this one says it heats the skin and tightens the skin. And it's the same modality. We don't want to double up on our modalities. If you've got one radio frequency device, you don't need another one. That's all you need. Okay, wait for that sucker to break, then ask me which one you should buy, because it's constantly changing. There's always new devices that are coming out. So if the latest and greatest, I like to use it here too to kind of turn up the edges of the mouth a little bit, because as we get older and we lose that kind of support system, our face will drop because we lost some of the fat. Look what happens. Our face will drop. And it'll make this more, you'll get thicker on the bottom, right? Which was kind of what I was telling you about, that upside down egg that happens as we age. So we'll put on the heaviness down here. So I love this to carve out that. And I also do the upturn of the mouth here. And I'm holding it, and as I'm holding it, it's like, so it feels warm, doesn't feel too warm. These should not get over 43 Celsius. If it does, you have the potential to lose fat. No, you do not want to hold it in one spot. You want to keep it moving. Now, because it's radio frequency, so these devices are made to keep moving on the skin. And that's where people can get into trouble. And that's where they say that they cannot eliminate fat, but what you don't want to do is leave a radio frequency device. I'm not touching it to my skin. You don't want to leave a radio frequency device on your skin, because you could potentially damage that little membrane of your fat cell. And you could lose fat. And fat in our face as we age, you guys, is super important. You want to protect that with everything that you can. You want to protect that with everything you can. I'm going to do a little bit of my neck. I'm going to go right under here and kind of chisel this away. So I can go here And I still have it on the electric muscle stimulation. So it's doing like this kind of, somebody just asked, is the giveaway open to all UK residents? And here's what I'm going to say about that. The company will not probably mail, some of the things that I have will go to can go anywhere in the world. And some of the things that I have for giveaway they'll only ship to the US. But it's a promise that I'm making because I don't think that that's fair. That if somebody from the UK or somebody from around the world wins a device, I will make sure out of my own pocket that you receive that device. Okay? You might have to, if the plug is not right. See, some of the plugs, like even with like the Omnilux, some of the plug options, this is the plug that I'm using because it's a US thing, but they come with multiple different, look, I'm going to show you. I hope I can get this off. Maybe I can't, but, and I don't want to ruin my device. But this, yeah, it comes with multiple different, I'm 55, whoever just asked how old I am. It comes with multiple different plugs. So I know that the Omnilux the Omnilux red light mask does ship to other countries, right? But some of them don't. And the ones that don't, if you won that, if you're from the UK or from Canada or you're from Italy or wherever, I know I've got somebody from Germany that was on here. If you're from another country, I will make sure, I'll just say, send it to me and I will cover the shipping costs. Somebody just said, let us cover the shipping costs. We'll figure that out. But I just feel like if you win something free, shipping out of the country is super expensive sometimes. And I don't want to, somebody wins something free, I don't want to put that on them. So I'm not going to, look, if the whole drawing is random. So if somebody wins and you're out of the country, I'm going to make sure you get that device. That's just what I think is the fair thing to do. Okay, chiseling out a little bit here, staying away from that thyroid. I'm going to do a little bit on my neck and then I'm going to get out of here. Okay, so you guys, if you want this device by Magellan, this radio frequency device, it also has a microcurrent in it. If you want this device, it's yesterday's post that you need to tag your 3 people. Okay, so just go to my main feed, tag your 3 people, and then after you tag them separately because it'll increase your chances. Because of the comments, it's random. So what happens is I have a thing, I forgot what it's called, that will randomly choose from the comment section. Once it chooses from the comment section, then I go back and I look and see, did that person tag the 3 people? So tag your 3 people separately, you're going to increase your chances. And then if you comment, it increases your chances as well. So I'm trying to give you guys all the inside scoop here for those of you that are still on the live. Because when this goes to like, you know, the main, when this goes to being posted, sometimes people just read the caption and they don't watch the whole show. I'm going to do a little bit on my neck here. Okay, let's see if I missed anything. I don't think I did. So you guys know that to be in the drawing for this device, that you need to tag your 3 people in yesterday's post. And then if you want to be in the drawing, and I'm telling you guys, this is life-changing. This is life-changing. This is not just a one-on-one does not just make you look better. It's going to make you live longer. And I'm hoping after one session, we get into everything. We can get into skincare. We can get into diet. We can get into movement. We can get into sleep. We can get into stress reduction, which I tend to do. And then I give you a protocol. That's what's up for grabs today. This is a $298 value. And so when I post this to my main feed, and I don't even think I have a cover photo, it's not going to look very pretty when I post this, you guys, because I'm not feeling well and we had a death in our family. So I'm just giving myself whatever I need to still show up for you guys, and to still keep plowing forward. But the cover photo is not probably going to look like shit. That said, when I post this one to my main feed, tag your 3 people. You know, you can always if you win this, you can always give it away as a gift. If you know somebody who's struggling with weight loss, if you know somebody who doesn't like what they look like in the mirror, and they're like, I have let myself go to shit, and I'm now took my head out of the sand, and I don't like it. What can I do? Where do I even start? I don't even know what skincare to use. Give it as a gift. Give it as a gift. If you're here and you're following me and you're learning from me, give it to somebody who's not here. Or if you want to step up your game, Trust me, there's things that people think that they're doing right for their skin that they're not. There's things that people think that they're doing right for their health, what they're eating, how they're waking up. There's things that people, they think that they're doing right because of marketing, and they're not. And it's really easy for me to get in there and see what's going on in your world and make you live longer and better and look better while you're doing it. So this is what's up for grabs today. When I post this, make sure you tag your 3 people. Okay, you guys, I'm gonna get off of here. I'll see you next Saturday. I have Rob Hufflin on next Saturday, and we're gonna be talking about maintaining muscle mass, because as you age in your 30s, you lose 1 to 3% of muscle mass per year. Muscle plus flexibility equals mobility. I'm gonna say that one more time. Strength, which you get from muscle mass, plus flexibility equals mobility, which you want as you get older. You want to be able to move and function and take care of yourself and reach for things in high cabinets, right? If you fall down, you want to be able to get off the ground. This is what you need to start working on now. You don't work on it when you're already older and feeble and falling. You work on it now so that when you're older, you are strong and your balance is great and your flexibility and your mobility is great. That's stuff we have to start thinking about now. So next Saturday, I have Rob Hufflin on. I'm going to cough right now. I told you I was sick. Next Saturday, I have Rob Hufflin on. I'm going to give away a vibration plate. Yes, one of those things that you step on. I think it's like $350. It might be more than that. I'm giving away a vibration plate next Saturday at 11. So I'll see you guys there. Make sure you tag your 3 people and share this with people that you think would benefit from a one-on-one with me, right? Increase your chances. All right, you guys, I'll see you next Saturday. Have a great rest of your day.